And people are like, why are you single? And I'm like, well, that's an interesting question you ask. Probably because anyone I like doesn't like me back. And anyone who likes me, you see, I don't like them back.
I am officially grey. I swear, people genuinely don't have any personality these days. Like, why is it when you're on dating apps, when you're messaging someone, they literally give you like dead conversation? It's like, you like me, I'll message you.
She's talking about men not knowing how to hold a conversation. Well, she says like every 10 seconds. Like.
And I'm trying to make like a proper conversation, and then it's literally just like a one-word answer or like two-word answer. So a few days ago, I posted a video about when I went on a date with this guy that I thought was really genuine, and then he ended up ghosting me. So get ready with me. I've been moping around the house for the past 2 days over some silly man, and I'm over it. So I'm going to get my ass ready and take my daughter to the park.
Do you ever just wake up and think, I'm gonna die alone?
Can someone please tell me where the decent guys are? Like, where are you? I'm so sick of having a connection with someone online and we talk for a few weeks and they're telling you everything that you want to hear, and you think, oh wow, right, this is perfect. It's like finally someone that's on my level, and you obviously plan to meet up and you think it's going really well, and they basically get what they want out of you and then throw you aside after because they've got what they want.
Another woman that is ignoring red flags, and then she wonders why she can't find a good man. Plus, she is a single mother. Man, first of all, you should look to men that have children, not to single men. Why would you think that a single man would want to date a single mother seriously? Especially when you have a small daughter.
This is a song I wrote about men. It is called
You let him hit it raw. You didn't have second thoughts. Now you're a single mom. Now you're a single mom.
Your husband is quite literally going to have to guide you through childbirth, through the loss of your parents, and some of the worst times of your life. You better choose that man wisely.
There's no such thing as a woman having high standards. It's men who have high entitlements and low effort.
If a man does not go 10 toes down for my fucking family or my fucking culture, that is not my man. Literally, one of my girlfriends is 10 toes down for my family and my culture. What do you mean my man can't?
For you as a woman facing us, it's complicated. It's all kinds of... I've seen women who are attracted to loud and short men who are super powerful. I've seen women who like dumb, broke, tall, muscular men. I've seen women who only date one race and won't even date a different one. I've seen women who like ugly men who are funny as shit. With you guys, we don't know. It's all kinds of different shit. With us, we start with hot. That's it.
I've gotten a lot of comments from guys telling me pick better. Like, you can't complain about anything about guys because you should have picked better. Like, it's your fault. You should have picked better. It doesn't really matter if the guy's behavior is bad. You should have picked better. But then whenever I talk about having higher standards, specifically when I talk about I'm okay being single unless I find a guy who's going to treat me really well, then it's all, well, you need to settle. You need to lower your expectations. You're asking for too much.
Ma'am, nobody cares about you or your standards. If you want to be delusional, be delusional. We're just saying that you can't complain where are all the good men while you have delusional standards, ma'am. While you overlooked all the good men in your 20s to go for the bad boys, for the chads. And now you expect the good guy to raise to your standards, ma'am, to do all these things for you when you in your 20s didn't care about him. And Chad slept with you for a soda. It's delusional, ma'am. That's all we're saying.
So last year, I had talked in length about how the phrase pick better men was gaslighting, but I also wanted to talk about how that phrase is really a new way of calling women stupid. Men have...
It's not only women, ma'am. It's also men. Let me ask you this, ma'am. If you actually studied about all the red flags that men can have, and you know what to look for, and you're smart about it. How can a guy lie to you? How can a guy manipulate you? He can't. He only can if you're stupid. And it's the same with men and women.
Already come up with really creative and innovative ways to call women stupid, right? Women are emotional, men are rational, women are indecisive, they don't know what they want. But the phrase pick better men is just another way of saying that women are as dumb as rocks. In fact, I'd argue that they actually think women are dumber than rocks.
Ma'am, I say the same things to men. Oh, I dated a crazy woman, blah, blah, blah. It's your fault, my guy. You picked her. If you were smarter, if you were logical, if you weren't thinking with your other head, if you were objective and saw all the red flags, how could you not see that she was crazy? Nobody can lie to you 24/7. You ignored the red flags. You fell in love. You weren't objective. So yeah, you're stupid. I say the same thing to women and men. I chose to date crazy women. Why? Because they were hot and I ignored the red flags. I admit I was stupid. What's so hard to understand? Everybody wants to blame everybody else. Why don't you want to take accountability for your own actions? Nobody forced you to date that man. Nobody forced you to date that woman. If that man or that woman lied to you, manipulated you, it's because you are stupid. Nobody can manipulate you. Nobody can lie to you if you're smarter than them.
99.9% of the women that I've come across and had conversations with, they seem like they hate men. Like at their core, they seem bitter and angry and like they hate men. But the deeper the conversation, the more the realization that they don't actually hate men. They hate that every single man that they have loved and trusted has traumatized the hell out of them.
Okay, so what? What does that have to do with me? Why do I now have to deal with her trauma? I don't care. It's the same thing with women that got cheated on. 2 of her exes cheated on her, and now you have to deal with all her insecurities. You have to deal with all her paranoia because she actually thinks that all men cheat. No, ma'am. So why do I have to deal with that now? That's why I don't like to date older women, because they have too much baggage and trauma from previous relationships. And now I have to deal with that, and I don't want that, ma'am.
They don't want to hate men, but they have no other experience besides that.
Okay, ma'am, and whose fault is that? Did I force her to choose those kinds of men? No. Women in general are attracted to the traits that toxic men have. And then they complain that those toxic men cheated on them or left them or ghosted them.
Men. They want to love men. They want to be loved by men and they want to love men, but they are scared to death.
I saw a post on here today where the guy was like, dating in 2025 is having the most romantic date ever and literally never speaking again. And I was like, why is that so accurate? Like, it's not even funny. It's that, like, that's really what happens. And then I was like, why? Why are we like this? Because I'm like this too. I've had some phenomenal dates. And the next day the guy texts me and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really want to go out with him again.
Because he was too nice, because he didn't give you the butterflies, because you're not logical, because you base everything on feelings. And if the guy doesn't make you feel a certain way on a date, it doesn't matter how good he looks on paper. That's why, ma'am.
Can we just dive into this, women and men? Are we just all emotionally unavailable? Are we all avoidant? Are we all just tired and traumatized by the apps?
I feel like not enough people warn you that when you start making the right choice in dating, start going for emotionally available men that are genuinely interested in you and make that very clear from the get-go, it gets a little bit more boring. Dating gets a little bit more boring because it's no longer up, down, will they, won't they, this like chemical, like you're getting rewarded 1 second and you're not the next. You're getting consistent, predictable behavior, and that to the brain is not exciting. Otherwise, drugs wouldn't be exciting to people.
True.
It's very predictable, smooth sailing, and stable. And while that's great in the long term because you don't go crazy, it also makes you realize that, I'm not gonna have these quick dopamine hits in like a kind of toxic way, but that's the reality. If you want to continue dating high school level emotional maturity men, then go for it. Keep going for those men that don't choose you, that text you every 5 days. Or you can go for the guy who will respond to you as soon as he sees his message.
It's so funny to me that people think there's any chance that men won't be robots. 100%.
100%.
They will.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Yeah.
Robot. There is no chance.
I mean,
because
it's
it's easier. My point is, I don't want to fuck a robot, but our grandkids, we're going to look, if we were alive to see our grandkids, we're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you little kids out there fucking robots? And what's going to happen is these people are going to go out and the women are going to be even more delusional. They're going to make even more money. We're going to have 75% graduation rate from women. They're going to look at these poor broke men and be like, you're too short. You're too fat. I don't want to have sex with you. And then the dude's going to be like, I'm going to go fuck my robot. I'm just going to go home and fuck my 4 robots. Why would I ever have to deal with a woman? That's unfortunately, I think how this whole thing ends. And I know that's a very doom and gloom.
I already see guys saying this in my comments, so I know this will happen.
Gloom, nihilist way to look at it.
Because the escape will be better than your
Exactly.
life.
The final boss of Twitter accounts is here. It's Crystal40. Listen to this. She is a proud mom of 12 wonderful kids from 8 different fathers.
12.
Alright. Her youngest was just born recently, and she says, for the lucky person that gets her on Tinder or Hinge, if we ever meet in person, be prepared to treat us with something fun. The kids love KFC. That means if you go out on a date with Crystal, you need to take her 12 kids out as well. So you'll literally have a kindergarten group with 13 people going to KFC if you want to take her out on a date. But the craziest part for me is 12 wonderful kids from 8 different fathers. She must be doing something wrong.
I made a video the other day to the ladies saying that their level of men isn't the guy that they can sleep with, it's the guy that they can actually get commitment from. And all the men are in my comments eating it up. But I just want to say there's a flip side to that as well. Men, the girl that you got by lies and manipulation or money, that is also not your level of girl. You got her because you tricked her, you got her because you bought her, and as soon as that money goes, so does she. And you're stuck thinking model girl that you pulled is your level, when in fact she's not. And she...
Ma'am, if you can lie to somebody and get her or him to have a relationship with you just based on your lies, that's not your level, that's beneath your level, because you could manipulate that person.
He never was. So everybody just needs to be realistic with themselves and date people that are at their level.
My name is Jubilee. I am 25 and I do have OnlyFans.
How long you been doing that?
Just about 2 months.
What got you into it?
I lost my grandpa. He's very close to me. I kind of want to go with his legacy and I kind of want to do it for him.
Wait a minute! You want to do OnlyFans to honor your grandfather's legacy? Was he like a corn star or something?
No, it's kind of like I've been wanting to kind of keep his legacy going.
Can you say it again?
Can you explain how you're honoring your grandfather's legacy?
He was a minister, so he didn't make much money. That's a way that I thought would help out.
You said he passed away?
Yeah, he passed away. But
so help him out beyond the grave? I'm just confused.
You said he was a minister?
Yeah, so he did weddings, funerals, etc.
You started an OnlyFans to pay homage to your now deceased grandfather, who was a religious man and minister.
That doesn't make sense. Do you think your grandfather, do you think he would approve of the OnlyFans? Do you think he would disapprove?
I think he would support me.
You can pick a great man. You can pick a loyal man. You can pick a dependable, handsome, lovely man.
Okay.
And things can still go wrong. He can still leave.
No, ma'am. A good guy that really loves you won't leave. He will only leave if he finds out that you're crazy, if he finds out that you're full of red flags. Why would he leave if he's a good man and you're a good woman? It doesn't make sense. They have nothing up here. I swear it's all based on feelings.
Can go terrible. Like, I am tired of this narrative that women have picked the wrong man if it doesn't work out for them. You can pick someone who is amazing and they can switch up on you.
Yeah, why? Because they saw the red flags. Because they decided I can't have a future with this woman. Wonderful men don't just change up, as you say. Something has to happen in order for them to change, ma'am.
Honestly, sometimes it's like they have a mental breakdown and they can switch up on you. So I'm just sharing this for the people that are saying women need to choose better, Like, actually, you can pick someone, they can change.
No, they can't. Only in your delusional mind they can. We're just going to skip this video because it's clear she doesn't know what she's talking about.
This is an unpopular opinion, but I just have to get this off my chest. Nice guys finish last is a myth. And I'm talking to grown adults here, okay? If you're not grown, keep scrolling.
Okay, so she's talking to grown adults. Why did she say that? Because she knows in her 20s, when she was younger, she didn't go for the nice guys. It's only after they hit the wall, only after 30, they realize, oh, I should pick the nice guys because the bad boys just sleep with me and then ghost me. Of course.
I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. In the long run, nice guys are the ones who know how to maintain long-term relationships. Why? They understand the value of compromised communication and commitment. First of all, not every woman goes for looks. There's a lot of women and women that are in happy relationships with guys who are 2 or 3 looks-wise, but I promise you their personality is a freaking 10. And these guys treat these girls like they're queens, okay? They may be a 2 looks-wise, 2, 3 looks-wise, but their personality is a 10 because they understand that empathy, trust, and kindness are the foundation of their relationship.
I know why good guys finish last. I already have a video about nice guys and how they're boring, if you want to go check that out in my earlier videos. But I have an analogy, and I think this might be easy for some people to grasp. When it comes to good guys, let's just say you say to them, hey, let's build a cake. I'm gonna make the cake, but you buy.
You can't build a cake, ma'am. You can make a cake, but you can't build it because it's not made out of Legos.
Buy the items. They show up with just flour. And you look at them and say, where's the eggs? Where's the butter? Where's the icing? They will be screaming at you like, I brought the flour. That's all we need, the flour. And you're like, but how are we going to make the cake with just flour?
So what she's talking about here, guys, is that the nice guys don't have all the qualities that women are looking for. The problem is, ma'am, that the kinds of guys that have all the qualities, like looks, knows how to dress, knows exactly what to say, how to talk to women, gives you the butterflies, is charming. Those kinds of men are the men that have a lot of options, are the men that have a lot of practice with women. That's why they know all these things. Those are the kinds of guys that cheat on you, ma'am.
And then they'll try to convince you and go on and on as to why flour is the only thing that's necessary for building the cake. That's exactly how they are in relationships. They just bring the fact that they are loyal and faithful and think that's going to be enough to sustain a healthy, long-lasting relationship.
Yes, that should be enough for a sensible, logical woman. Yeah. You don't need drama, you just need a faithful, loving guy that can take care of you. If that's not enough for you, it's because you base everything on feelings and you're not logical. So basically in this video, ma'am, you showed us that you are stupid. So we're just going to skip this video.
40 years old and 14 kids. She still hasn't given up hope of having her 15th child.
14 kids and she's 40 and she's looking for a man. How can you be more delusional than this? Do you understand how much money you would need as a man to take care of her and 14 kids? 14.
But it's not easy. One dating agency point blank refused to have her on their books.
She had me in tears, you know. And then she said, I'm not looking down at you and I'm not judging you, but the men that I've got here wouldn't want to date someone that's on states benefits, someone that's got loads of kids, and someone that lives in where I live. Georgie's in charge, but I trust her 100%. I just go out for a dance, really.
And she's getting dressed up to go on a date. Who would go on a date with her? How much of a simp can you be to go on a date with a woman like this? Oh my God. And you tell me, guys, that we don't have a simp epidemic. Yes, we do.
Now, girls, George, you're in charge, and I'm going to phone up when I'm out, okay?
And look how she's dressed. From the start, when I see a woman dressed like this and how she has her makeup, from the start, I wouldn't consider a woman like this for relationship. She's just a 3 or 4. She's just for fun.
Okay, bye. 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 Is there any men? Is there any decent men out there? Because I don't know.
She wants a decent man, and she has 14 kids.
I need you to be so freaking for real with yourself right now, ladies.
Okay?
Please, for the love of God, have some self-respect and do not chase after the bad boy kind of type, this egotistical, so full of himself, can't comprehend your emotions kind of guy. I don't care how hot he is. The man is probably dumb as a doornail, which if you're looking to have children with somebody and you think that this man is your end goal, I want you to rethink that. I don't know about you, but like I want babies with someone who understands emotional intelligence, you know, like he can comprehend that I'm sad and is willing to sit down with me and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Not looking in a mirror and trying to fix something that he sees on his face.
People love to tell a woman to pick better men. But here's the thing. Men don't start out being abusive or being shitty. If they did, we wouldn't date them. Especially if you're with someone who's a narcissist or an abuser. They don't show you who they are right away. Once you start to see who they actually are, you probably already love them.
Okay, ma'am, you're right. But whose fault is that you didn't see the red flags? You didn't wait to see if he has red flags and you fell in love. Whose fault is that you couldn't be objective? Whose fault is that? Is that his fault? Why do you blame men if you fall in love for liars? If you waited long enough, nobody can lie to you 24/7. And people don't just change out of the blue. If he's a liar, if he's toxic, if he's a narcissist, that was his personality. From childhood. It didn't just develop in 6 months.
You're invested in the relationship and you care about this person. You don't want to bail at the first red flag or the first fight or the first time things get sticky or hard. You believe.
Okay, that's your problem. You don't win awards just because you're stupid and you base everything on feelings. Nobody cares, ma'am. Nobody. It's your fault. Take accountability.
I refuse to go to any more singles events, and this is why. So I've been to 4 different singles events in my time, in the past year I would say. 3 of them were speed dating and 1 of them was like a mixer, okay? And every single time I go to these things, I stay open-minded and I think, look, you never know who you can meet, you know, just give it a go. And also, you know what, if you don't meet anyone, it's fine. You're going to have a good time. Anyway, so as far as eligible bachelors go, there's not many of them at these events, okay? And
yeah, ma'am, guys don't go at these sorts of events. They don't.
If anybody else has been to these events, let me know, because honestly, is this a nationwide thing?
Yes, it's worldwide, not a nationwide.
I don't know.
Okay, guys, so I don't know if this is a real video or not, but I saw this online and I thought it was really funny. My dad just found my dildo and he told me with a fucking AI Trump. So her dad made an AI video using Trump's face, and this is what he said.
Hi, sweetheart. There's no reason to be embarrassed, but I found your green goblin. Or that's what your mother used to call it. You should be a bit more careful about what you leave in the bathroom. Your younger brother is in there all the time for like hours on end. Please keep these things private. To be frank with you, I didn't believe it when I first saw it. These things are so much bigger than I remember. Anyways, take it easy, champ. You're not training for the Olympics. Let's keep the bathroom a family-friendly space. And don't worry, I won't tell mom. Love you. Yapper.so.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.